Hello, I'm Nick Shepherd, welcome. This video is about the difference between this and this, between the present perfect and the past perfect. Here's a diagram to show the two main ways we use the present perfect, I have done. First, something that starts in the past and goes on to the present. Second, something that happens in the past but is still active in the present in some way. If you want more on that, have a look at our video on past and present perfect, did and have done. There's a link to that video at the end of this one. Here are the three main ways we use the past perfect, I had done. First, we use it to talk about something that happened before something else in the past, like this. When the police arrived, the thief left. One event happened at the same time as the other one. But now look at this. When the police arrived, the thief had left. One event had already happened when the other one took place, and it is the past perfect form of the verb had left which tells you this. Look at these three sentences. I got up when Jacob rang. I was getting up when Jacob rang. I had got up when Jacob rang. So, it's important to use the past perfect with when, if that's what you mean. Here's the second way we use the past perfect. If someone says something using the present perfect, like this for example, I have finished, Kevin has arrived, we've won. When we report these things, the verbs will change to the past perfect. What did she say? She said she had finished. What did he say? He said Kevin had arrived. What were they shouting? They were shouting that they'd won. The same thing happens with reports in the past tense. I did the job yesterday. What did she say? She said she had done the job yesterday. Here's the third way we use the past perfect, this time in sentences like these, what I call the if-only sentences. If only she had brought her umbrella, she wouldn't have got wet. This is impossible. It's in the past. It didn't happen. So we use if plus the past perfect. Look at these three ways to begin a sentence. If she brings her umbrella, this is future time. Will she? Won't she? We don't know. If she has brought her umbrella, this is present time. Has she? Hasn't she? We don't know. If she brought her umbrella, this is imaginary, hypothetical. And finally, if she had brought her umbrella, this is past. She didn't. One final thing. Do we always need the past perfect? Answer, no. Look at these two sentences. He wore a different tie after he changed his political party. She finished 5 minutes before I arrived. Two things happened in the past. Which came first? In the first one, he changed his political party comes first, and then he wore a different tie. In the second one, she finished comes first, and then I arrived. So, two actions in the past, one before the other. We should use the past perfect, right? Well, yes, and we can, like this. Those sentences are okay. But they're not very common. And why not? Because the meaning of before and after tells you which event came first and which one came second, so there's no need to have the past perfect as well. And there's a general principle in language which says something like this. Don't make things more complicated than they need to be. Einstein said it too. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. And to finish, here's the same diagram we started with. And this time I'm going to add in the past perfect. First, the present perfect again. She has worked at her desk for 3 hours. That's from the past to the present. And then, I have spoken to her, which was in the past, but the speaker is interested in the fact that this is still alive in the present, and she's happy now. Now for the past perfect. The past event before another one in the past. She arrived in the past. When she arrived, I had finished. I finished before she got there. Then the reported speech use. I did it. He said he had done it. And finally, the impossible conditional, the if-only conditional. If she had called me, I would have waited for her. Okay, now it's your turn. Here are 5 sentences with gaps. You have to choose one of the verb tenses for each one. Use the past perfect if you have to, but remember Einstein. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it. You can pause the video if you like. Okay, here are the answers. 1. When I arrived, they had eaten all the food and there was none left. We need the past perfect because when with the past tense would mean at the same time. Number 2. They ate all the food before I arrived. The word before makes the sequence clear. Number 3. If I had arrived earlier, I would have got some. It's the impossible, if only, conditional. Number 4. The treasurer has arrived, so we can start the meeting. This is a past time event, still alive in the present. And number 5. Pierre lived in Paris for 10 years, then he moved to Berlin. This is all in the past. That's the simple story. But language is always more complicated, and I've written a few notes for experts. There's a link to the notes in the description below. Okay, that's all for now. Do subscribe if you want to, and leave a comment. Thank you to Caroline for the illustrations, to Hugo for technical support, and thanks for watching.